Green light is on here at the British Grand Prix at Silverstone for qualifying for FIA Formula 3's 7th round of the campaign. It's a dry track, cars heading out there as well. Let's cross over for a few moments to the world feed, get our system sorted. As always, MotoGP's having a bit of a paddy, so here's Chris McCarthy.
Their way down towards Cops Corner now, and you just never know, do you, Alex, with this circuit, with the clouds around, rain could fall at any time. They'll want to get a banker lap in early here, so these first laps could be crucial. First flying laps, they'll want to get one in early. And let's hear from Gabriele.
Get out with track position. Well, we saw this last time out, the drivers battling away over track position, but in realistic terms, in Austria, the driver who just got the head down, got out front, and set a nice lap without fiddling around too much, trying to find the correct track position, was the driver who ended up at the front of the field at the end of qualifying. So that could be it from the team to Gabriele Miller, just letting him know, reminding him, Downer Kramer, that getting out front or not bothering too much to try to find the toe could be less critical than actually setting the lap that you're looking for.
And that driver was Luke Browning, who led the Q round and in the end got on pole position. And there we go, it's starting to rain. So we did mention the first laps could be crucial. Tisana Pulwin-Chapugazak reporting to us that the rain is starting to fall. If you're not on a flying lap, you need to get on one pretty quickly. Could it come down to these first flying laps, Alex?
So at what point, if you're a Formula 3 driver, do you stop trying to build tyre temperature to the optimum and start getting round to start a flying lap? That's what these drivers have now got to decide, whether they actually can the normal build process and just plain go for it in order to try to settle out before the rain comes down. If it rains a little bit, they'll get away with it without slowing down too much. They won't lose any time out there on track, and it's better to build the tyre temperature properly. If it's going to rain hard, it's going to rain possibly can before the rain comes down.
Well, let's see what happens then. It's, as Alex said, good to get a lap in early. Christian Mantle, currently the one leading us round. He took pole for the 100th race back at Barcelona. Rodin Motorsports, home race for that team. Callum Boysen, home race for two of their drivers, Callum Boysen and Joseph Lowe. We spoke to them about whether what's ahead of us in this qualifying session and this weekend. Let's hear from Callum.
Bring it on. I'll have anything. I'm used to this. This is this is exactly my my strength, I'd say. We're used to having rain halfway through the race or whatever, so any conditions, I think we can be fast and be competitive, so I'm happy either way.
Back up and running. Right, there we go. MotoGP having problems with their live timing, so we had a backup for the first half, and then they came back, and then Marquez had a crash. So basically all the same thing as we normally go through. So Megan's commentating on that one. We, meantime, have all the action here for qualifying. The first lap times coming through then in the opening 5 minutes. Noel Leon, Sophia Flörsch, not exactly the big ones we're all expected to do really well, but Omi and Jack alongside me, and Omi, Formula 3 time should be quite exciting.
Should be quite exciting if I can get my mic on. There we go. But yes, should be very exciting indeed. These are the first few proper runs. This is the first proper run we're getting. The previous ones were just the drivers getting the tires up to the optimal temperature. But the crucial thing is we've had a report of rain from Tisana Pulwin-Chapugazak. It is coming, so the drivers have to get a lap time on the board because these could be the laps that count.
And Jack, we were kind of expecting that, weren't we? The wet weather playing a factor. We knew it would be an issue. And for the drivers right now, one mistake and it could cost you big time.
Yeah, pretty huge, the weather. I think that the best chance here is to get your laps in now before the rain comes. And then basically that will be doing 15 minutes of filler if the rain comes in the next 15 minutes, which I don't mind. I can yap, so Also, you mind if I disconnect and reconnect real quickly? I'm lagging like crazy.
No worries, Joe, go on. You can, I'll get that sorted. Mansell's middle sector looks strong. Lap times cancelled already. Coming across the board. There's the raindrops, though, Omi coming into the braking zone for Vale. So Mansell's controlling it nice as he's up towards the line.
Let's see what Christian Mansell can do then over the line. Will go Mansell, 1 minute 45. 8:39 immediately. Noah Leon goes ahead with a 1 minute 45.475. Sophia Flush goes into fourth. These are going to be crucial laps now with the rain falling, and Dina Beganovic is off the road to Cops.
Yeah, and I suppose, Jack, this is the big problem as well. The drivers start to get a little bit brave, but if the weather conditions really cost it, it all goes wrong here. Oh, can't I, Jack?
Apologies, you cut off, but yeah.
No worries.
Sorry, you cut off for a second for me.
Sorry, it's my fault.
The conditions are going to become very treacherous very quickly, I feel. So the best thing is get your laps in now, and then we're going to have, like, you remember, does anyone remember back in 2022 in Brazil in the Formula 1 where it started raining halfway through the session, Q3, and we somehow had the one and only Kevin Magnussen on pole?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what this session's going to be like. I feel we could be in for a surprise pole sitter. Meanwhile, Alex Dunn in particular is looking pretty fast right now, the McLaren Junior, the only McLaren Junior here at the track today after Martin Stenson banned from the event. Back to you, Josh.
Yeah, he had the GB3 Championship, as Omi pointed out in practice this morning. Megatuniv goes 12th, 146.695. Santiago Ramos 21st, 147.108. Traminitz goes 9th, 146.184. Lap times getting deleted. Dune second, 40 thousandths off the pace. Forlaroli goes 5th, 145.708. That's an impressive time. And look at that. The top three separated by 87 thousandths of a second. Well done. Here's Beganovic.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at Dina Beganovic down to Cops. We saw we saw him running a little bit wide as well when he made his way through Cops, and there we go, out wide at Cops corner for Dina Beganovic. That was a lap time that was ruined for the Ferrari Academy man, but Leon currently still P1 as drivers start to come into the pit lane. Now, for the full wet conditions, Luke Browning didn't set a lap in practice, if we remember. Here he is. He didn't set a lap in practice, so he has full wets in case. He has a new set of full wets in case that these sessions do need it. Both races could be wet. This could be wet as well. But Luke Browning trying to get a lap time on the dries, and it's good enough for 12, which as it stands would be good enough for a reverse grid pole for the sprint.
This is getting very tasty, of course. The top 11 swap over. So look out for that one as well. The top 12 in Formula 3. But here we go then. Browning on in at the moment. Remember, he was last overall this morning. Did not get a time on the board due to a technical issue that kept him out. And he's had his track limits deleted, though, for way off the track at Cops Corner. Well, that's a kicker.
Same as Beganovic, basically. Yep.
Yeah.
Both out wide through there as we take a look at ARTs all pushing on. Lawrence Van Hoopen, Christian Mansell, all of those ARTs now attacking down towards Cops Corner once again, and Lawrence Van Hoopen is improving in the first part of the lap. Let's see if he's going to be able to keep it in the second part of the lap as he attacks his way through Cops Corner right now.
Down towards Maggots and Beckett's. Flat out in a Formula 3 car as well. Do not lift, aim and fly. That's what we love about this part of the track as well. It is constantly nuts as they drift coming through. Down Chapel, down the hanger straight, dustbin kicked onto the racing line and everyone keeps driving through. Van Hopen is up by 10th. Sophia Flörsch in 24th position, down by 8 tenths at the moment. Solov looking strong as well in the first sector. As they drift through. A little bit of rain picking up. I can see some mats going on, guys, just behind in the grandstands. So it's not all as simple as you might think. There are some people thinking that we could be having water. Here comes Van Hopen across the line, up to 6th, 145, treble 7. Sophia Flörsch next up. She goes 21st behind into Pruvasak. Solov is in 17th position as, I think he's coming to the pit lane actually. Here he is. Solov doesn't improve. Massively down. Even on Megatunev's time for 15th, that is quite a big one good to go down on. No Leon fastest though.
Leon fastest indeed. There's rain falling in different parts of the circuit as well. Esterson goes up, so these laps are crucial. Esterson, who was fastest to wall in practice earlier on, currently 5 in this qualifying session. Leonardo Fornaroli is pushing on right now. In the Genza, we have Zagazetto, who's managed to move up into 10th position. So as Jack mentioned, we could be seeing some shocks in the second lap time. Is going to be crucial, and Montoya's been able to go up to 8. Let's see what Fornaroli can do as he now attacks his way through. Maggots and Beckett's, Joseph Loke to P17, and now onto the hanger straight for the Trident driver, the Italian driver, and he kicked up a lot of gravel and dust off of Chapel Curve, and now he's going to push on down towards Stowe.
127 as he comes into Stowe Corner as well. As you say, kicked up that dirt, not where he wants to be. Has he going to... Yeah, he's abandoned the lap time, straight in towards the pit lane. I thought he might not have the time to complete that exit the lap time. I was correct. 1:45.475 for Noah Leon. Then that's still the time to beat. This was it then, Jack. Just kicking up the dust. This is actually a turn. Yeah, this is the Maggots and Beckett's just running wide.
Yeah, just a nice little bit of off-roading there from Fornaroli. Nothing too damaging, but it kills his lap. Especially as we have probably less time in this session because of the rain.
Yeah, it looked like it was coming down.
Right now with Ganovic. Looked like it was, but I don't know, maybe it stopped. I don't know, I don't have a weather radar in front of me. I wish we had JT in the booth right now with his weather radar.
I think he's back at 5 to 4 along those boards, so I don't know if that's the start time of the F1 session or not. I'll work it out. I do, however, I've got Silverstone's weather app, so I'll have a look.
Oh nice, I didn't even know how.
Well, if you have an iPhone, you actually have a weather radar for Silverstone and the Grand Prix at Towchester. It gives you the exact radar that F1 uses as well. 70% chance of rain for today and tomorrow, 55% chance for Sunday, and just drizzling. Light rain expected in 18 minutes. Well, it looks like it's coming now. It's definitely raining at Club.
Oh, look. Little slide.
Yeah, it's
the
raining.
Alpine driver.
Bogdanovich can say it's raining.
We need to go for it. And they're right.
Yeah, we've got no lap. You need to go for it. They are spot on. And look at the rain now, guys. It's coming down through the first sector. Look, the panels are now showing that it's raining. But then we've got sunshine by the time we get to turn 3. Typical British weather. It's a juxtaposition right now.
Oh my word, as we expected, Formula 3 is going to be chaotic here as Bogdanovich now pushes on onto the straight now, and he's got DRS open, so this is going to be crucial now. Lots of traffic on this lap, but he's already 3.5 seconds down due to how much it's raining in the first few corners, and also time that he gets to Brooklands and Luffield and Woodcote, so it's raining so much now. So unless it does stop and it dries up a little bit more throughout the session, I don't think we'll be seeing any improvements if the rain continues like it is.
Just closing and closing, and the more it gets there, it just affects every single thing. Bogdanovich flicks the car in, and it's not sticking. He's barely on the throttle through Copse Corner as well as he goes down to Maggots and Beckett's, and this is where the rain's starting to blow in from. It's such a flat circuit here as well. And the rain is getting heavier. Bogdanovich has reported over the radio. So, yeah, this is pretty much it now. Now, that might be 15 minutes of filler.
Yes. Pretty much done and dusted then for this session if the rain continues as it is. The magic stuff in Formula 3 as expected. The first few laps are going to be crucial, so getting the run was crucial for Noah Leon and Alex currently are on the front row as it stands at the moment. Bogdanovich will bring it over the line. It will not be an improvement for sure. Just look how much drops we have on the camera lens. And does Dino can be an improvement of time, but he'll go round again.
Rain is coming down, and it's coming down quite hard now. Go on, Jack.
I've got some news that the movie starring Brad Pitt will be titled The Incredibly Creative Name of F1.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
F1. They could have gone Formula 1. They've literally called it F1.
F1. Brad Pitt F1. Summer in theatres. It's an American advert, so I'll correct it. Cinemas. Summer 2025.
How original can they get, Naomi? Wow. Okay. Thank you, Jack. F1
Mental.
with Brad Pitt. They could have called it Formula One. That might, or the Formula, something along those lines, or Formula.
And the formula sounds trash, to be fair.
Grand Prix at least. Let's do another one.
F1.
F1.
Grand Prix 2, the modern era.
Yeah, sequels.
Sounds cool, actually.
F1. I'll definitely be going to see it first in line. The problem is though,
Same, probably.
you're gonna have people going like our F1 anoraks going. That didn't happen. That's wrong. That would never happen. Things like that. Just nitpicking.
Oh no, I do that all the time.
I went to see Rush.
I do that. So I did that one for the Le Mans movie.
Yeah,
you
I
remember
did,
the Ford
yeah.
v Ferrari? I did that for it.
I did the same thing. I went to see Rush with my. Let's have a Gabriel minute.
Great movie, by the way.
Standing condition, please.
Rishi Sunak was drier when he announced the general election. That's pretty much how the conditions are out there right now. Soaked. Former Prime Minister. Yeah. Rishi Sunak has gone. Keir Starmer has been officially sworn in. He's gone to the King. He's formed a government and he's done the speech. Keir Starmer is now the Prime Minister of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It's going to be fun, that. So, all cars into the pit lane. With the rain coming out, not Leon has pole position on my books with a 1:45.475. And on that, we'll hand over to the world feed. So us guys can have a break coming through.
On the podium since 2015. It was a superb result when he did. He will lead us away from pole position. If it stays like this, he'll have Alex Dunn alongside him, the Irishman. Gabriele Mini, could be a huge result if it stays like this, and with the conditions as they are, it does not look like it's going to change. Championship-wise, though, let's reflect, Alex, because we've got Gabriele Mini second in the championship on 95 points. He is only 11 points behind Luke Browning. He would start third in that feature race. Luke Browning would start 13th in both.
Yeah, I see even more rain coming in 5 minutes.
So this is what you've got. And they'll certainly be hoping for it. They might be one of the only teams hoping for it down at Van Amersfoort Racing to maintain the pole position through to the end of the session. You can see why now they were trying to maintain their wet tyres throughout the rest of this weekend, because we're likely to have changeable conditions throughout. Luke Browning sitting outside the top 12 here, Chris, and that's a big deal for the championship leader.
Well, I think not going to be. He's going to certainly hope the rain clears away in the next few minutes. Looking unlikely. Of course, his home race, hoping to try and become the first British winner this weekend. Very high spirits coming in to the weekend, and we caught up with him yesterday.
Feeling confident, driving quite clean, and yeah, I'm lucky enough to be putting in the performances in qualifying that put me in a good place. So yeah, I'm hoping to see the same this weekend in Silverstone. Like you say, it's awesome to come to the home Grand Prix, leading the championship. It feels super special for me. So yeah, it's something it'll be in the forefront of my mind.
Luke Browning there, as he mentioned, his home race, and very special one for the British drivers, as it is when we go to every event for the home drivers. It's something they all want to do. Just needs the conditions really to clear. But 13th, you never know with the conditions as they are. Things are going to change throughout the weekend all the time, I think, as we see one car. That's one of the Red Bull Juniors out on circuit. John Lintz.
Yeah, quite some heavy rain now on the pit lane. Keep raining, keep raining, keep raining!
Yes, it's I get it for sure. There are very few times a racing driver doesn't want to be out on the racetrack.
Yeah.
But this could be filed under one of those times. Now, if you're new to Formula 3, why we keep harping on about the top 12? is because that's where the reverse grid ends. So for the sprint race, which will happen tomorrow, we put the 12th place driver on pole position. You start, if you're outside of that top 12 positions, in the same grid position for both the sprint race and the feature race, meaning if you're 13th, you're 13th in both races. If you're 12th, you're on pole for one, and then 12th for the other one. So that's why it's kind of a cut-off to have a competitive weekend, if you like, that Grandin sits on at the moment ahead of the Crown.
Yeah, and it's coming down to a very small gap, and you've got a chance to go out and score 10 points for winning that sprint race, and then 25 for winning. We do the same point score in the feature race for winning that one, and Alex Dunn would have a chance of a great point score for him as well. He's performed very well in recent rounds, the McLaren Junior, been consistently qualifying in the top 12 in the last couple of rounds, but this by far would be his best qualifying performance of the season as he brings the car in. A couple of the drivers are just going out there just to investigate the track, but one of them is Luke Browning, our championship leader, is out on track to see what it's like out there.
Just be doing a bit of an out in. I'm surprised to see him out there on slicks. I wondered if it would be just a little bit of extra testing, to be honest, at this stage, or just straight wishful thinking for Browning, in the hope that he might be able to get a slightly better lap in. Drivers who really think they messed up their first attempt, if they were wide like Dino Beganovic was, or indeed if they had an off-track moment and lost a lot of time, might be able to drive round and round now, potentially, and if it dries up, you might get a bit of time on the board, but the track's just miles away from where it was. But drivers so tight on track time through a Formula 3 session, through a Formula 3 weekend, that actually every moment on track is precious, and some of them, I think, choosing to use these moments, maybe to scrub in a set of tyres for the race, just to take the mold release agents off them and get them ready for later on in the week.
See, down Wellington Straight, it looks okay, doesn't it? But it's a big track, Silverstone, and some places camera shots it might look okay, but it's very wet down the start finish straight, isn't it? And,
still raining hard, isn't it?
Yeah. James Wharton stepping in for Martinius Stenshaw, racing in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine this season, sitting 6th place, named a BRDC Rising Star this year as well. He's had a tough task today in terms of mixed conditions, the Australian driver, but he's dealing with it all very well. Has had fantastic seasons racing in Italian F4, Euro 4 last year. Hugely talented driver, racing for Prema Racing.
Absolutely. So, wet tyres not going to be on, slicks are the call. I don't think, Omi, that everyone's going to get better.
Yes, absolutely. They're just going to try wait it out there, see maybe if they can try dry it up a little bit, see if there's maybe a little bit of a late shock if someone can find the grip. It is going to be, though, really, really hard for anyone to do it, and most likely they won't be able to do it. So just getting some running in as well, maybe trying to nail the dry setup, looking at all of that data as well with what they're able to do with the running. But yeah, also helps them with the crossover point from dry to wet, because you could be dealing with that a little bit tomorrow. To just maybe seeing what where does it work with the slick tires on a bit of a damp track as well.
It's still raining visibly down there in the pit lane, so surprise gone. There's the new houses that have been built alongside the exit of Cops into Maggots, and the normal grandstands haven't been affected, and there's new general admission areas as well, so no one's disadvantaged by the progress that London is having, that Silverstone is having to bring a habitable London sort of city inside the circuit area. It's a growing business, Silverstone now. Tell you one thing though, chaps, if I could live in one of the Silverstone houses here, I would. Imagine saying, oh yeah, my back door's Silverstone. On site every Grand. Are you on site?
I would want to.
Brad would say, are you on site this weekend? Yes, yes we are. We're always at Silverstone.
There's one issue with that.
What?
What if it's when they're doing a 24-hour race?
Ah, I won't care. I won't care. 24 hours, lovely.
The dedicated
Bogdanovic!
motorsport
Sorry, Bogdanovic, way
Dino
off.
Bogdanovic.
Ooh.
Coming through Abbey and was lucky not to airplane take off there across it and skid right into the opposite barrier at farm. He's going some tremendous speed, but there's no grip up there for these tyres. I'm surprised I've gone out there on dries. Anyway, back to our point. Yeah, I would still be here for 24-hour racing, to be fair. It won't bother me. Do we still do 24-hour racing?
Stay out and watch the whole thing.
No, I would.
I think they do. I think they still do.
Or conveniently, I'll be away. Nah, I'd love it. 24 hours, sign me up.
Look at that.
Looking on to break the suspension
word.
there.
Yeah.
He was very lucky there.
Drifts off the track onto the curbs and then bouncing over the grass itself. So lucky. Qualifying for F2 is coming up shortly as well. Yeah, MotoGP, by the way, has got a red flag in its practice session due to an air fence being destroyed. So coverage of that is coming up soon on JBMotorsports as well. And there's a wasp in the commentary box.
Lovely
Ah,
stuff.
in my foot.
Always on a weekend. Every weekend. Something in that commentary box that shouldn't be.
Well, I bent down to have a look to see where it was, and it buzzed near my foot. I was like, ooh.
Hope you're having fun there.
It's all right. Megan's not with us today because she's covering the MotoGP. Megan's coverage plans, by the way, she's back with us for practice 3 and qualifying and the British Grand Prix. She'll also be covering the. She's covering practice 2, qualifying, and she misses the sprint race of MotoGP. But then she comes back as well to cover the. Well, she might not, because there's a way we've found out that she might be able to commentate still. So if she has a handheld microphone. So me and Megan might still do the sprint race together, but it'll look a bit different. So we might shove her down pit lane. So yeah, we're working on it. On board with Bogdanovic once more. Is there any grip left in those tyres? That is the question. As they would ever.
Is there grip on the track?
Lovely.
It looks a little bit better, but that's just at certain part of the circuit.
Oh, he's 4 tenths down.
He's still down.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen there for Bogdanovic.
He's fighting that car for control. Exit over the curb. See, it's raining, but it's just dry enough. Track temperature's at 26.1 degrees. Air temperature 15.9. So they've still got it sorted there, which I'm happy about. It's hot enough that the water coming down sort of evaporates quite quickly. But Bogdanovic's got a lot of traffic now coming through Maggots and Beckett's, and he's arriving at full kill. Oh, yeah. Is he going to meet them? He's avoided it, though. Phew. He's got DRS.
Absolutely. Oh.
He's up as well by 6 tenths on Medikafu.
There we go.
Yeah. Fastest sector of
There
anyone.
could be some late drama at the end. Hold on, so we could be getting some laps, but he's getting blocked slightly.
Oh, it shouldn't affect him too much. Oh, he's backed out. No! Bogdanovic, why? Why? You had a lap. That did not affect you.
I think he's going for another one.
Yeah, he is. But he should have floored it still. That wouldn't have affected him. Callum wasn't
Callum Boyden, the 2 road wins, and Joseph Loke as well.
Lindblad goes top. Arvid Lindblad onto provisional pole position. 145.426. 49,000's clear. Joseph Loke. Fawcett on pole by 29,000. Wow. Callum Vosin to the top, 145.397, and out comes the checkered flag. Follow early might spoil it though, 2.5 tenths up. So just like we saw in 2014's F1 qualifying, when the rain comes down, as soon as it stops, it dries incredibly quickly here in Silverstone, but Follow early puts a wheel on the exit curb, coming through Stowe, gets it stopped into Vale. Everyone who's staying in the pit lane is now regretting their choice. They're going to go massively down. Fordarelli's battling heavy conditions. Sunshine across the visor, and he's still top. 145.2 2:65 for Forlaroli, and Browning's on a lap time.
Look at Max Esterson though.
Why? Brilliant.
Wow.
I
Fastest
love
sector
wet
one.
qualifying.
Yeah, it's looking quick. Browning comes across the line then. Is he going to improve for 15th? He can! Luke Browning, pole position! 1:44.992. Forlaroli second, Vert's third, but Browning's 2.5 turns faster. What about Esterson? Van Hopen goes third. Esterson across the line with a slow Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic 15th.
Oh.
Esterson second, but got blocked. He got blocked by Bogdanovic. There might be a steward's inquiry there. Solov 8th. Mansell
Someone's gone off, I
7th.
think.
Zagazita 10th. Wow.
A qualifying session.
Wet qualifying delivered with plenty of action. We didn't expect it at the end, but the track was dry enough and absolutely brilliant stuff. Mario Boyas ended in 22nd. And are we getting a huge lockup? We are getting a huge lockup from the Spanish driver to go off the road.
The rookie is, the rookie asked, by the way, why didn't you just stream the MotoGP on Twitch and not post on YouTube? Because Dorna only allowed the sprint and the Grand Prix live this weekend from me. So that's why. So there was no turnaround. So we have to do the practice and qualifying's delayed for this weekend, but we're allowed to do the sprint and the Grand Prix live on Twitch with the possibility of it being on JB2. We just can't do it on JB1. So it's what we've negotiated and sort of gone around. So it annoys me massively, trust me, it really, really does, because I just like to do it all live all the time, as you know. But I have to work with these facts for this weekend. So this weekend was sort of hands tied, but when we get to Silverstone, everything's going to be redone for MotoGP. But I look at Browning, so happy.
Brit on pole for Britain.
That's brilliant, Amy, isn't it?
Brilliant stuff for Luke Browning. Hear from him now.
I think that's it, mate. You've actually got to put it on. Pole rate! No way! No way! Oh my god! Oh, thank you, boys! I can't believe it! Oh my god!
Megatuna from Flursh have been noted for impeding. That might be investigated.
That's career pole.
Is it me or is he in the wrong pit lane? He's gone to the wrong pit lane, hasn't he?
No, not you.
Browning's in the Nationals.
Maybe they're just parking up there.
Yeah. Oh well, he's still on pole.
Then they're going to head to the Sport Race pit lane.
Yeah, not bad. Right, I've got to dash to see MotoGP
That's
sessions as
pole.
well. Yeah, for Luke Browning. So,
Yeah, well done.
yeah. Trust me, the rookie, I wish things were different for MotoGP, I really do, but they have tied our hands so much, and in order to avoid things, the sprint and Grand Prix only being live on Twitch is the only option this weekend. Going forward, there will be changes, so don't worry. We will be having things different and sorted. And if you're wondering why it's not live on JBMotorsports 2, it's because we can't risk that being flagged again, because this is our only channel for the F1 stuff. So we're sort of... It's all what... I've had a long week arguing with people over emails. So, yeah. We haven't even got our main live stream back because I can't...
Very stressful.
Oh, it's 2 weeks off, I can't wait. So, yeah. Put up with it for this weekend, and it'll be fine later, I promise. And at least we're still covering the sessions with the live timing and all the information that you need. So we're not just abandoning them, not doing them. We are still doing them and broadcasting them as live. And Megan's up there in the comment box right now doing the session with everyone else. So it is still live. But, as I said, the sprint race and the Grand Prix, they are both live. And I'll tell you what, rookie, I'll see if I can sort something out for qualifying. I'll have a look. I'll try and email them and say, can I do qualifying as well on Twitch? So we'll have a look. If I can, I'll shove qualifying live on Twitch. Okay? So, because I think I was a bit angry that we couldn't do qualifying, so I'll try again. So stay tuned, the rookie. I'll see what I can do. Luke Browning on pole from Max Esterson. Then it's Medakunif. We're under investigation. Then it's Forlaroli, Van Hopen, Verts, Mansell, Solov, Vozin, and Zagazzi to the top 10. Lindblad, Leon, Dune, Mini, Goethe, Loke, Montoya, Ramos, Beganovic, Sutra, Chiminazzi, Boyer, Shields, Bedouin, Flursh, Smith, Wharton, Interprovizak, Dufek, and Wisnicki, the 30 on the field. Final thoughts then, Jack, Kanomi, and make it snappy because we're going to have to go.
Maybe you go first.
Yeah, so great qualifying session, enjoyed it, and should be a good sprint race tomorrow with rain in the air.
Jack?
Not much from me, just what a qualifying session. Congratulations, Luke Browning, on a first career pole, and I'm excited to see what the sprint race has to offer tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. See you soon. Thanks, everyone watching along. We'll be back for F2 qualifying coming up next. See you later.